on this 50-point inspection, I have a bird brushed red ale from Feathered Friend Brewing Company. This comes in at 6% ABV. I have yet to have this beer, but let me tell you, I just got back from Feathered Friend. They're in Concord, New Hampshire. They reside on 231 South Main Street in Concord, New Hampshire. Opening day today, actually. I showed up a bit early. They still let me in. They still allowed me to sit at the bar, and I grabbed a few pints. I will put some pictures in here of those pints that I did have. Great looking beers and great tasting beers as well. I had 3 total, and it was enough to grab a 6-pack, or no, 6-pack, a whole case. Grabbed a whole case. Grabbed every single one of the beers that they have, including this one, which I have not tried yet. So I don't know how this one's going to turn out, but the 3 I did have, excellent beers. So had a nice New England IPA. That's what I started off with. Did a damn good job on that. A nice American Stout was the next thing. Got to check out those American Stouts, because you just never know where they're going to go. And it was right up my alley, roasty toasty, without a ton of black coffee notes. It's great. And they're sour. They had a nice, it's a blueberry and raspberry sour. For me, I could basically taste the raspberry, and I thought it was blackberry, but I guess it was blueberry. Just a general sour, not too fruit pureed or anything like that. It wasn't gloopy gloppy. It was a basic sour, so kind of going back to the day of sours that are fruited. But good flavors out of it, and just an easy drinker. See, what else was I going to say? What I found out about this brewery so far is the head brewer did come from both. He worked at Concord Craft Brewing out of Concord, New Hampshire. He also worked in Deciduous Brewing Company as well. They're out of Exeter, New Hampshire. I believe that's where Deciduous is, which they're known for, like making some great sours and stuff. So so far, very pleased with what I've had. So I'm about to do a 50-point inspection on this red ale from them, and I've never had it, but I did pick up a nice pint glass as well. Could have got a tulip. They do have tulip glasses also, but I've got so many of those, and I don't have any pint glasses that look like this. So Feathered Friend, that's their logo. Let's give this bird some color. There you go. This is a lighter shade amber red. It does look a lot darker on camera. If I get it real close, you can see. There you go. And as you can also see, it is clear, very clear. Red ales, I will say, are not one of my favorite styles of beer, so that's why I chose to do this as my first 50-point inspection on this brewery, since everything else I've had so far has been excellent. And let's just see where this falls. I'm going to be absolutely fair, because that's what I am, honest and fair. So cheers. The aromas. First off, I should probably go with the head. Tight bubbles, bit of a darker white head, and yeah, as I said already about the body color there. But aromas, wow, that is different. There's a bit of a dankness to the aromatics on this, actually. This could just be, maybe this was just because it's the fresh glass. See if the glass has that smell. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking some of the aromas are just coming from the glass. I am going to pour this into another glass. But you at least got to see this one. I should have washed it out. But I was just too excited, you know. Just wanted to dive right into doing a review. after getting home from the brewery. So I will now wash this nice glass out. It's my glass edition, and as you can see, it still looks the same. Alright, so there's a slight malty nose in there, a little bit bready. It does have like this kind of like citrus with, it is a slight dank. There is a slight dankness to the aromatics. Kind of a light kind of bread crust aroma from the malt. A little bit citrus, and a slight dank aromatic. Alright, well, let's just see how this one tastes. First swig, so cheers. It's a medium feel to the body, but very crisp, drying to the palate. Good medium carbonation. Nice bread notes coming through, like a slight. It's almost more like a rye bread type thing going on with this one. It's almost like a if you get that pumpernickel bread that's kind of swirled. So you got the rye and the pumpernickel combination going on. It does have kind of this rye spiciness to it almost. Now that could be coming from the hops a bit too, with that kind of spicy note, that herbal spiciness. But that's kind of what this malt is kind of leading into for me. It is a breadiness, but it does remind me a bit of like a rye, maybe a slight pumpernickel. Not too overpowering though with the breadiness. It's not like super toasty on the bread. Just a nice slight mix of bready malt. So far so good. Let's try to get some more in-depth notes. Cheers. Yeah, there's kind of this out of the hops. It is kind of like a piney, dank flavor note out of the hops. Kind of a lower side, moderate bitterness. Fairly well balanced between what you're getting out of the malt and what you're kind of left with the bitterness from the hops. Touch of like a citrus rind. Doesn't drink like an IPA at all, so because it's not. Yeah, 6% ABV as well. I mean, it drinks like a 6%er, but I mean, you're not going to get alcohol notes out of that. If you are, then there's something wrong. No alcohol notes out of this. It does drink like it is a 6%er, because I think that medium body feel, even though it is kind of on that light crisp kind of effect that it has, where it does dry out the palate quite a bit actually. Makes you want to go back for more. Good flavor notes coming through this. It is a good blend between malt and hop. Definitely a hoppier red IPA, probably than what you're more used to. This one's actually very easy drinking for a red IPA. It's not sweet really. So a lot of times, like the red IPAs get into that real malt character, and this one is, it's like I said, like a lighter type rye bread, pumpernickel type thing going on, but it's not super malty. It's well blended, well balanced. It's a 50-50 on malt and hop. Good flavor notes too coming out of the hops to just work well with that kind of, like I said, almost this rye spiciness, which I think is coming from the malt, but it could also be coming from the hops. It could be this kind of that piney and kind of earthy type thing going on. So let's go ahead and give this one a score now. Cheers. right, so for the appearance, I will give this the 6 out of 6. It is a beautiful beer. Very nice, very clear, and it is a red ale for sure. Good lacing as well on this one. Aromatics, pretty good. Getting a lot of the malt notes in there. Maybe the hop note could have come through just a tad bit more for me. Maybe if there was more of that kind of citrus note that's kind of there, if it was just more orange or something, tangerine, or if there was just something to do with that citrus, or I would have given this the 10 out of 10 for aromatics. But I'm going to give it the 9 out of 10 for the aromas. Still damn good. Flavors on this one. Malt's good. I'm liking that. It could just be a little bit on the sweeter side from my own personal judgment on it. Just a little bit of a sweeter bread note type thing, like you kind of typically get out of a red ale. Just they're usually just a bit more malt forward than hop forward. This one is well balanced. You're getting both the malt and the hop, but just a touch more malt. Just a little bit of that kind of sweeter side of the malt, I think, would have just put this one over the top on the flavors with that. But still stand out. The hops, I think, are doing a wonderful job in this brew, and it is well balanced. It's, like I said, a 50-50 between the malt and the hop. It's not an IPA, still a red ale, but it's definitely on the hoppier side of red ales. A little bit less sweet than what I'm kind of used to out of red ales. So I'm at a 17 out of 19 for the flavors. Body on this one, it's nice. It's that medium body, but it's also got this like crispness to it. This crispness. Nice, easy to drink, drying to the palate, invites you back for more. They're fantastic. And my overall on this one, this is actually really easy to drink for me. Like I said at the beginning of this, red ales are not my favorite style. And this one actually drinks pretty damn easy. I think it's probably the way that the hops kind of come off in this one. It is a bit of a hoppier style of a red ale, but I do just want a touch of malt sweetness. I'm at a 9 out of 10. So for a bird brushed red from Feathered Friend Brewing Company, it's going to get a BuMpY 46 out of 50, which will land this as an excellent beer. So I want to say cheers. Thank you all for watching.